Santa Clarita Valley is chock full of wonderful organizations here, nonprofits that do a lot of good for our community. One of them is the SCV Domestic Violence Center, which we would like to think that our wonderful bedroom community here doesn't have those sort of issues, but in fact, they do. The Domestic Violence Center, among other things, is a shelter and also provides support afterwards as well, and continuing support for domestic violence victims. They also have the SCV Man and Woman of the Year Award. Those awards are culminate in an award ceremony every year around the early part of May. That will be this year as well. One of the 2016 nominees who's been nominated because of his work for the SCV Domestic Violence Center is Jonathan Kraut. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you are a private investigator by day, but you do a lot of things for the SCV Domestic Violence Center as well.
I would say I'm a private investigator by night and help the Domestic Violence Center as much as I can by day.
I see. So it's backwards. That's right. The private investigator, not necessarily a 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday, correct?
Yes.
But let's talk a little bit about your involvement. First of all, you've been in Santa Clarita for how long?
Just about 20 years.
And what drew you to begin to work with the Domestic Violence Center?
Well, as a private investigator, a lot of my cases involve domestic abuse, spousal support, child custody, visitation, and a great portion of those relate to abuse.
So with that, you just started getting involved, and now you do things such as offer meditation courses and things like that for domestic abuse victims, correct?
Right. Well, what we've learned over the last 20 or 30 years is that domestic abuse is transmitted person to person. It is a disease. And by children watching their parents and children watching their neighbors, they learn the roles that an abuser or a victim play. And so we try to intercept that early and try to prevent it. If it does take hold, unfortunately, then there are remedies, for example, counseling, meditation, which calms the person down so that it removes stress from the environment, de-escalating emotion, counseling support, meaning with a certified counselor. There are a lot of choices. And then there's also a shelter where people can go with children if needed to get away from an abuser right away. We help them with legal issues, i.e. getting a temporary restraining order, a permanent restraining order. There's a lot of things involved. It's very complex.
Well, yeah, and it's good because it really is kind of full service in not only just providing instant help, but also hopefully being able to stop it and prevent it before it either starts or continues, which is very important in identifying those issues and situations and hopefully helping both sides articulate their feelings on that. It's a really important thing, and I think it's great work. Let me ask you about your nomination. Is this the first time you've been nominated?
I think it's my third.
And
I'm honored just because I get a chance to talk about the center and all the great work that they do. And for me, that's the best thing that could happen.
And that's what I'm finding out is most of the nominees. It's not. I haven't come across one who goes, yes, I really hope I win. And most are very humbled. And when you are involved in a service where you're giving of yourself and your time for a cause, I think there's a lot of people have a bigger picture altruism to the cause as opposed to just the award. However, should you garner the title of SCV Man of the Year this year, are you hoping that it can shed more light on the Domestic Violence Center? Is that what you're planning on using it for?
Well, I would hope that they nominate me every year so I can talk about the center and all the work they do and all the great volunteers. And if you're a volunteer-minded person, please contact us. And the staff is phenomenal. The women, some of them who have been very badly treated, come out so much better, so much different. So to be a part of that and the future for everyone's families that are affected, to put them on a new path is a great honor. So the more I talk about it, the better.
What's the best way to connect with the SCV Domestic Violence Center?
Well, you can go online. You can just type in Santa Clarita Valley Domestic Violence Center or scv-dbc.org. And you can then find out about services. You can volunteer. You can donate money. You can attend classes. You can support classes. There's all kinds of things that you can do.
Outstanding. Jonathan Kraut, nominee for 2016 SCV Man of the Year, and all-around great guy for doing the work that you do with the SCV Domestic Violence Center. And hopefully you can get some rest before you have to go back out and do some more detective work.